Hello. This video is to show my implementation of Conway's Game of Life using Python and the Kivy library. To start, there is a pen option which allows the user to draw dots on the screen, and these dots are what represent a living tile. All the empty space or the black dots represent dead tiles. And the game works by setting up an initial setup of living tiles, and according to a certain set of rules, these cells will either live or die, and the whole point of the game is to see that play out. The classic set of the rules is Conway's rules, which would be having 2 or 3 neighbors to stay alive, and if you are dead, you need exactly 3 neighbors to come alive. Let's see how this plays out. And this will probably just die very quickly. Besides the pen option, there is also the stamp option. I'm first going to select a stamp. This is the easy one. This is a tensile roll, and it's called a repeater because it repeats and doesn't die. And it'll go on like that forever. If I wanted to, I could see exactly what happens at each step by pressing this button here to see exactly what's going on. I could clear the screen, and alternatively, if I came up with a really cool pattern on my own, and I didn't come up with this one, but say I did and I thought it was really good because from such a small design, it expanded out to such a big area. I want to save it. I could do this by simply reverting my screen back to the original position and saving it. I'm not going to save it here because I already have it in my stamps collection that's built in. Let me show you another one. This is called a expander and it leaves repeaters as it moves along. Or I think some people also call this a rocket ship. So you can see that it leaves behind this pattern that would keep repeating, and it's going to keep going like that until it shoots off the screen. There's also the option of randomizing the screen and just seeing how that would play out. Okay, and I also have a settings panel set up. So in this settings panel, there's a lot of things that could be changed. For example, the update speed. So depending on how fast your computer is and what other things you have going on, the update speed could be limited to a certain number. I'm going to do 24 because I know this is definitely feasible for my computer. And if I were to paste that repeater again, this rocket ship is going to go forward a lot faster. So some of the other things that could also be adjusted are the game rules. So instead of using Conway's rules, you could use a collection of other rules here that are already built in. But if you wanted to, you could also make your own rules and put them in that way as well. So in normal Conway rules, this would probably expand a little bit and then die after a very short amount of time. But with my different rules, so this is castle walls, where there's a lot more flexibility on what you need to live and what you need to basically come alive. And this is going to expand like that. There are some other different rules. So one that I really like in particular is just a dot. Let me see where it is. Just a dot. But by playing around with the game rules, you could make some really cool, crazy patterns. So if I were to set the birth requirement to 1 or 2 and the survival requirement to 2 and 3, I would be able to come up with some very different results. So let's say that I only had 1 dot. So remember, we changed the rules, and this is going to come out like this. The settings panel also has settings for changing the aesthetics of the game. So for example, I could change my living tile, which are currently just green dots, into something else like solid blue. I could do the same thing for the dead tiles. So let me just go get my jet and snap mode. And with this, you can adjust how the game looks. You could also, if you wanted to, pick a picture from your own computer to use as a live or dead tile. So for example, I am going to find just some random picture. So this is just a picture I drew up randomly, and you can see it there. So they're just little T's. And this, by the way, is called a glider. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. Please feel free to install Kivy and try my game out. The code is all on GitHub.